It's always tough getting out of this parking lot. How's it going, everybody? So I was just hanging out at the Union Terrace with a friend. Spent a little time on State Street as well. And my friend and I had a conversation that kind of prompted me to want to talk about something while riding here, and I thought I'd share it with all of you. So, let's go for a ride. So I have a firm belief that the world is not black and white. There are no yes, no answers. There's always a squishy middle when there is an important question to be answered. I've lived my life like that most of my life. I've kind of strayed from that from time to time, but for the most part, living my life thinking there's not one answer to important questions, or there's more than one path to get from point A to point B. But there's one truism in life is anybody who's around my age or older can definitely say, man, if I knew what I knew now in my 20s, my life would be way different. While I do believe that that's true, I don't believe that life is too late to impact your life in the same way that you could have in your 20s. And that may sound like I'm contradicting myself here a bit, and maybe I am a little bit, but let me say this. You gain so much knowledge as you age. So many more light bulbs go off the older you are than when you were younger. Things make much more sense to you. They really do. And the reason why I was hanging out at the terrace today, one of the many reasons, it's a beautiful spot to hang out. Sunsets there are amazing. But also spending some time with a good friend who's kind of having a struggle now with a relationship that just recently ended. So I guess I've been the friend that listens, which anybody who's close to me knows is I'm a fixer and I like to fix things. That's why I work on motorcycles. That's why I wrench on bicycles. But I'm playing the role of listener and giving occasional advice. And one thing that I know for sure after talking with my friend is not only is she going through a recent breakup, but she's thinking about where her life is headed, as we all do, right? And one bit of advice that I gave her tonight, not advice, it was more like, this is kind of what life is like conversation. The ultimate goal in anybody's life, when you break it down to something simplistic, is happiness. That is the goal. No matter what else you're doing, focusing on making tons of money or advancing your career or developing your relationships, you break it down, everything leads to happiness. And that is what life is about. And if you're not focused on that, what's the point, right? And I get there's all kinds of side issues and thoughts and goals and all that. Focusing on your kids or, like I mentioned earlier, on your career. But still, when you break it down to its most elemental concept, it's about happiness. And we folded that into the conversation quite a bit. And we started talking about what makes us happy. And I started talking with my friend about what makes her happy. And I just said to her, if everything that you're doing in your life, everything, is not focused on what makes you happy, stop doing it. Change it, turn it around, focus on that thing that makes you happy. So I've had goals and projects and a lot of things in my life that's provided a great deal of happiness for me. She has this one component of her life that's such a fundamental part of who she is. And by focusing every detail of her life on that thing, leads to her happiness. And I said, no matter what it is, no matter what you're doing, even if it's just in your regular career and the money that you're earning, if that's not going to what's making you happy, stop doing it. refocus it onto what's making you happy. Now, I've got a career that is completely separate from my passion, which obviously right now is motorcycling. I wake up in the morning thinking about motorcycling. I go to work thinking about motorcycling. When I look at my account after my paycheck's deposited, I think, what am I going to do to my motorcycle, or what motorcycles am I going to buy to help advance this YouTube channel and my enjoyment of motorcycling? And if it's not stuff that I'm buying for the motorcycle, it's what I'm thinking about making the community on this channel, how that is impacting the motorcycling community in a positive way. I've kind of enveloped myself around this passion of motorcycling. Motorcycling is what provides a great deal of happiness for me. So I've focused my energy on that. And it's led to so much happiness for me. And I don't see this ending. I've had hobbies in my life. I've had things that have led to some wonderful experiences in my life. Traveling has been one of them. And with this channel, I'm going to be linking my love for traveling with the motorcycle. And if you could see my face right now, there's a huge smile on my face, because those are the two things that I love right now, is motorcycling and traveling. And to combine those two into this YouTube channel is going to be amazing. But in the past, I've focused on beer brewing, and I became so good at beer brewing that I was offered a job in a small Midwestern brewery as a brewer. And at the end of the day, the salary was just far too low for me to go that route in my career. And I'm not disappointed in that, but at that time in my life, brewing led to so much happiness in my life that it was wonderful to be able to focus on that so much where I could make a career out of that. And that's kind of what I want to do now with motorcycling, because it's leading to so much happiness. And like I said, to be able to link that with travel, it's going to be amazing, absolutely amazing. And what was wonderful about the conversation that I just had with my friend is, after I said, if you're not focused all your energy on what makes you happy, what's the point? And I'm sure a lot of you have seen the look. She just looked at me and kind of nodded, right? That slow nod of agreement. Like, yeah, you're right. So this realization that happiness is the key, and all this other stuff, trying to match somebody's salary or proving myself to somebody else, all of that's really fallen by the wayside. And life is really simple, guys. The key is focus on your own happiness. And you do that, it leads to some really great things. It really does, guys. Well, another heavy topic from this motovlog. It's who I am. I hope you guys who have subscribed continue and enjoy this type of stuff, because this is what I'm going to put out every time. This is what I enjoyed talking about. I hope you enjoy it too. If you do, go ahead and click on that like button. Helps out this channel an awful lot. If you feel somebody could benefit from this video, go ahead and share it with them. Most importantly, ride safe out there, guys. Keep your wheels rolling in the right direction. Have a good one. Focus on your happiness. It's going to lead to great things. I'll see you in the next one, everybody.